Hello and welcome to Connect, the weekly podcast of the California MBA featuring one-on-one interviews with movers and shakers in the mortgage industry. I'm Susan Milazzo, CEO of the California MBA, and very happy that you could join us today. Before I welcome today's guest, I'd like to thank our 2025 President's Council sponsors. And these are companies that provide a tremendous amount of financial support to the California MBA, in large part so that we can continue to be your strong advocate before the California State Legislature and our regulators to protect the real estate finance industry. So please join me in thanking this year's President's Council sponsors. And those companies are AmeriHome, Consolidated Analytics, Funding Shield, Guild Mortgage, Rocket Mortgage, Wiener Brodsky Kiter, and Western Alliance Bank. Thank you all so much for your support this year. We really appreciate it. And with that, I'd like to welcome today's guest, Lee Gillispie, who is Senior Managing Principal at Paradatec. Lee, welcome.
Hey, thanks, Susan. And I appreciate being called a mover and shaker. I almost got up and danced when you said that.
That's it, right? So you're taking my cue right there. I always like to get started with a little background, how people kind of got into their industry or how they got into their business. So tell us what drew you into kind of workflow automation and ultimately the AI industry, which is all the rage now.
It is. Hey, thanks, Susan. That's a great question. As I was thinking about a response to that, I think the reality of it is what drew me in this industry is I lost a big deal. I thought I had cobbled together the right solution. I had talked to the client. I knew exactly what they were trying to do and get to at the end, which was automation and post-closing and review for correspondent purchase loans as well as the retail loans. I went down to the end with one competitor. And what they asked us to do at that point was to do a bake-off, which means one client comes in the first half and the other client comes in the second half. They provide all the information and we were to process it on the spot that day and give the client the results. Well, I thought I'd won it. It was a little shaky at first, but we actually managed to get through. We got the results out. We gave it to the client and I waited for the phone call to say, hey, Lee, you got the business. And when they called and said, you didn't get the business, I was in shock. And I said, who in the world could have beat the technology that we had clubbed together? And it was Paradatec. And that's how I learned about that company and eventually brought them on. I've been working with them for about 15 years. It's been a wonderful partnership.
Excellent. That's an interesting story. So Paradatec is uniquely positioned in the industry to help both origination and servicing, partners in the industry. What are some of the solutions that assist lenders that the company offers?
Well, we offer on the origination side, we do CD to CD reviews. We analyze bank statements and all kinds of financial information. We pull that data off of it when you supply to underwriting or directly to a pricing machine. We have an extensive post-close review process that can actually fully automate that entire process very accurately. On the servicing side, we can do ongoing servicing maintenance as well as bulk transfer processing. We're really good at that, by the way, because we know for a fact we're 10 times faster than other intelligent document processors. And we've done 50,000 loans in 2 or 3 days and got the results back to the client. So that's what we can do. It's so much better on the servicing side than just doing a mapping to the data tape and ingesting all those files. It's crazy. I guarantee we're 10 times better than other folks. So a wide range of solutions, and we typically work with the client. Well, we define exactly what they're looking for, and then we take our solution off the shelf, but then we customize it for them because everybody says, I want something off the shelf, but the reality of it is it has to be customized a little bit every time.
Right. So you're a partner with your clients rather than just saying, here's our product, here's how to use it, good luck. You work with them to kind of tailor it to make sure that it's customized for their company. I think that's fantastic and very needed, I think, in this industry.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We take a long-term approach to our clients, just like a lender wants to take with their clients. They want a borrower for life. They want to take it all the way from origination all the way through servicing. And that's what we do with our clients too. We expect to have them for life and we treat them like family. And if there's a problem, we pick up the phone, we deal with it, we fix it, and we keep them happy.
Excellent, excellent. Great customer service. Always a benefit in a solution partner. I do see that Paradatec has won several tech awards, including a third consecutive year as Housing Wire's top 100 tech companies. So congratulations on that. The award was for being a leading provider in AI intelligent document processing. Do the winning those awards kind of push you to continue to, move forward and push the needle?
Absolutely, they do. But and so it's a real honor to be given these awards. Shout out to Neil, Kim, Brandon, Daniel, etc. Thank you guys. You're doing great work. But our clients really are the ones that drive us to move the needle forward because they have a problem. We have to figure out the solution together. Sometimes that solution is as simple as, hey, applying the right people to the problem and getting it fixed. And other times it's a technology solution that's required. So we really have to take a consultative approach, if I can say it correctly, and we define the problem. We work together and we solve it. And sometimes our technology can solve it, and sometimes it's not our technology that can solve it. But our job is to work with them to find out what is the right solution.
Right. Well, a lot of competition in the mortgage industry. So congratulations to your company for winning that highly prestigious award from Housing Wire 3 years in a row. That's impressive. We have our big mortgage innovators conference, which Paradatec was part of this year. And there's so much going on in technology in the mortgage space. I'd be interested to kind of hear your thoughts on what's on the horizon. I know AI is here to stay, here to grow. What else should lenders be thinking about as far as next things in mortgage technology?
Well, AI is obviously, that's what it is now. It's almost become a buzzword. So, and you don't want that to occur. And I think it's important to note that, there's different kinds of AI. So there's deterministic AI, generative AI, and agentic AI. And each one of those has application in different pieces of the process. We use deterministic AI, which means that it the system has to know it's 100% right or it's wrong. And that's the kind of AI you want to apply to things that are to documents and to data elements that are extracted to documents, because those are financial decisions essentially that occur as these get processed and reviewed, and you want to make sure that the system is accurate all the time. Generative AI and agentic AI are very good for workflow solutions and other things that are front office processes, but they can hallucinate, they can guess, and you don't want to have any of guessing or especially a hallucination when it comes to the numbers and the data from a document that is critical to the proper quality of the loan. So That's what we do. Now, different applications of different kinds of AI in different places. So clients need to understand exactly what they're getting. I think another big thing that's going to happen in the near-term horizon, maybe the next 3 to 5 years, is with the consolidation in the LOS space, but getting down to one, two, maybe three different very large providers. What I've seen every time in my career, and I've been in it for 20 years, is whenever that happens, Susan, folks get unhappy. They feel like they may be getting taken advantage of, and they look for alternative solutions. And what's going to happen, I believe, is that there's going to be stackable point solutions. For example, POS. There's going to be an underwriting solution. There's going to be a separate pricing engine. There's going to be other pieces of the process that are going to be plug and play, and lenders are going to essentially build their own LOS, a component at a time. That's going to create a lot more flexibility, create a lot more scale, allow them to change things when they want to change things and move forward. So that's my prediction of what's next.
Interesting. Thank you for sharing that. There's just, I've been doing this job for a long time, and just the race in mortgage technology of the recent years just seems to is overwhelming, and it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be in this industry for sure.
Really
Now, aside from the mortgage industry, I happen to know that you are a big Ohio State fan. So,
That's right. Go Bucks.
Share with us, what are your thoughts for the season this year?
All right. So here's how I see it. We have a large quarterback room. We don't have somebody picked yet in terms of who's going to be the Ohio State quarterback. We had Will Howard last year. He was one and done with us. So, and we won the national championship. So there you go. Just had to put that out there. But if we can get make sure we have an elite level quarterback, and I'm sure there's one in that room somewhere, then I predict we're going to go, if not be national champions again, we'll be number 2.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
okay. Well, good luck this year, and
Winners keep winning.
Maybe we'll have you on in another 6 months, and we'll see if your prediction came through.
That sounds good. That'll be good. So thank you for asking. I'm glad to cheer the home team.
Lee, Paradatec became a member of the California MBA this year, and we are very grateful for your support. Can you share with our listeners why you chose to support our organization?
Certainly. Susan, we followed the California MBA for years. They, and California itself is just a leader as it relates to real estate, sales, the regulations, the trend setting, everything has been California, and the California MBA has been a great source for us to go to over time, just to analyze what we think is going to be the future of the market, because it's happening in California first. This year, we decided to join because we felt like it was time to invest, and the Mortgage Innovators Conference was just a wonderful event for us, and so we sponsored there, we attended there, and it was more than we had hoped, actually, in terms of the results that we provided and the results that were provided, as well as what we learned. So it's just been a great investment. It's already paying off for us, and we're happy to be part of the California MBA team.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being at Mortgage Innovators. We had a great time in Huntington Beach. We'll be back on the beach again in 2026. So hopefully we can welcome you back to the event next year. And Lee, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for being on Connect.
Thanks, Susan. I appreciate it. Thank you for inviting me and allowing me to have a little bit of time to talk about Paradatec. And that's spelled Paradatec.com.
Thank you. He's doing that because I have, for whatever reason, a hard time pronouncing this company name. I don't know why, but he's helping me. I feel like I got through the whole thing and I pronounced it correctly. So
you did great. Thank you.
And thanks to all of you for joining us on today's episode of Connect. To access any of our past episodes, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. We're also available on SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. That's it for this week, and we'll see you next time on Connect.